We're in the end game now. We're in the end game. And we are live.
We're back. We're live.
And we are like, what's up, Leo? It's Money, Trop, Clemson, Jacob. What's going on, guys? We are live. We are live. And we are with our special guest, Philly.500. What up, Philly?
What up?
Yo, everybody, how you doing? Joshua, what's up? Are we in the end game now, like you said? Are we in the end game now?
We're in the end game now.
Is that your Batman voice?
I think so.
This is wrong universe.
How are you guys doing? Thank you so much for popping in the chat. You guys make sure to show some love to Philly.500 because we are going to break down our predictions and preview for Avengers Endgame. This is going to be, what, the 22nd film in the MCU? Holy
yeah, that's right.
Jeez.
A lot of fucking movies we've watched over the years.
Yeah, a lot of them. I think I've seen every... I'm trying to think. I always feel like I'm missing one. Like, which one am I missing?
I'm missing one.
I'm never missing any. I watch them all.
I'm missing one.
Huh?
And that's Captain Marvel. I have not seen Captain Marvel.
Oh, you ain't missing anything.
See, that's what I've been hearing all from everywhere.
It's not required. It's not required to watch Endgame or anything like that. So it's definitely not required.
All you need to watch is the end credit of Captain Marvel. You can find out on YouTube.
Yeah.
The end credits.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's the only thing that ties it all.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go into our preview predictions. Remember, this is spoiler territory. If you haven't seen any of the previous films, Captain Marvel, I haven't seen it, but I'm caught up. I saw and I've read what goes down in that movie. I wasn't at all impressed with it. I might see it. I don't know. I'm not too excited about Captain Marvel. So if you're worried about any kind of spoilers, or you don't want to know, what's gonna happen at all in Avengers Endgame, you gotta go now. Leave. Spoiler alert.
Don't cry. We don't want to hear no crying because y'all didn't leave in time.
All right, guys. So let's start things off with this. Here's my number one theory, and I want you guys to give me your opinions on this.
Okay.
Because this makes the most sense on how the Avengers can win and take down Thanos. Will Ant-Man go subatomic, go micro, go up Thanos' ass and explode? Explode Thanos.
I think there's a possibility.
I'm just
right up the bunghole.
I'm just fucking with you. No. But I don't know if you guys have heard that theory and that funny ass meme.
I love that.
But Ant-Man, he goes small, he crawls up Thanos' ass, and he grows to 60 feet.
That's brilliant.
Yeah. That would be awesome. I don't think Thanos would survive that one.
Go up the butt.
I mean, but we can. I mean, Thanos could end this whole thing. I mean, all he had to do was create multiple universes twice the size of what was already existing.
Yeah, that was a big.
Over.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest things out of Infinity War. People say, well, why didn't Thanos just with the gauntlet? Why didn't he just create more resources, or like you said, create just other universes?
Yeah,
more space.
Yeah, I guess it's because he's crazy, I mean, that's what it has to be.
But you know what? Thanos is probably one of my all-time favorite villains, man. He's
all-time.
I mean, he is a believer in what he's doing.
Yeah.
He does not see himself as the villain.
No, and that's what's great about it. Like when they introduced him, and especially Infinity War, you could kind of be like, wow, like okay, like he has a little bit of logic, right? Yeah. But it's fucked up. It's dark logic, but it's a logic.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and the way that they built him up over the years, where he pops in here or there, I mean, it's genius. It was genius writing. It really was.
It was good build-up. So,
hell yeah. So let's kick things off here. At the end of Infinity War, Thanos snaps his finger. Half the people on planet Earth, half the living creatures in the universe get dusted. They're gone.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
Half Bad Dog's toes, too.
Yeah, Bad Dog's toes are gone, too?
Half of his toes are gone.
So, let's kick it off with you, Philly. What do you see happening in Avengers Endgame? What are one of your theories?
Here's what I think. You want the endgame of it, or the whole thing?
Or wherever you want to start, bud.
Where you want to start?
Floor is yours.
So I by watching the trailers, I think I got this whole pattern of the movie.
Okay. So how does it start? How does Endgame start off?
Yeah.
So I think it's going to start obviously you're going to have Tony in space, and you're going to have basically Captain Marvel's there now. You're going to have Black Widow. You got Captain America. They're all sitting around, and there's something where Thanos is still using the gauntlet. They're going to go fight him and have a battle with him, right? They're going to go to space, have a battle with him, and they're going to fail. They're going to lose. Okay, we know this because in the previews, Black Widow's hair is short and blonde, so it looks like immediate. But if you look at some of the later trailers, her hair is long and red,
showing a passage of time.
There's going to be right. Yeah, okay. So I think there's going to be an initial fight. They're going to lose. They're all going to be sitting there depressed, and then Tony's going to eventually arrive back.
Yeah.
Right, and he's going to come back separate. And then the Ant-Man's going to come out of the quantum realm, separate. And this is going to be like after the initial battle with that. I see 3 battles with Thanos. In this whole thing.
See, I am right there with you, Philly. I completely agree. I think there will be a quick battle to start things off in the first act. I think we're going to see a fight with Thanos. It's going to go down.
Yeah.
And you know what? I think someone might die in that first battle.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
Hopefully Captain Marvel. I hope Captain Marvel.
Hey, fuck it. I don't give a shit about Captain Marvel either. Let her fucking die.
I now kind of thinking about it, I forgot about that. There's that most recent scene, that trailer that was released, right? Where it shows what's her name? Black Widow. There we go. Black Widow saying, "Oh, he used a gauntlet again." So they know, so that means that they're tracking him. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they're about to go fight because remember Thor grabs a hammer in front of Brie or Captain Marvel or whatever, Brie Larson. So yeah, that probably will happen.
Yeah, I think it probably will be Thor, Captain Marvel leading the charge because they're the most powerful in that initial attack.
Yeah, that's going to be without Tony Stark though. I think that will all happen before Tony Stark.
Well, he's just in space right now.
So. I think that will all happen before. I think that will happen about
how's Tony
halfway through the movie.
How is Tony Stark going to get rescued? My theory is that on the way to Earth, maybe it's Captain Marvel. Maybe she finds the spaceship and she saves Nebula and Tony Stark. Because how are they getting back to Earth?
I don't know, but there's that one scene in the trailer where they're working on something, and it looks like she's unscrewing parts of her arm in the trailer.
Yeah.
And Tony's doing something. So maybe they build something. I don't know. Maybe they when they after the battle they're coming back and they see Tony floating. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's that one scene where they're all coming out and they're looking up and it looks like a spaceship is like something's landing. Yeah. I think that's Tony.
You think it's Tony? Oh. Okay.
But who could it be that rescues him? That's because it's got to be someone that rescues him. So that's a big key. That's going to play a big factor, I think.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I don't know. We'll see. But as far as how to take down Thanos, man, that's what I'm thinking.
Ooh, take down Thanos?
What do you think? Or continue your pattern.
Well, I think that, you're going to get the first battle. I think. Now, you remember in Ant-Man where I forget the name, Douglas's character. He says Stark will never have this technology about his shrinking thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then, what's his face? Ant-Man's going to come out of the quantum realm. He's going to take that technology to the Avengers. Tony's going to get his hands on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Tony is going to mess around with it. And I think that this whole thing is going to lead to time travel. I think that's where we're going with this whole thing.
Now, what's happening in the time? What are they time traveling for? Because I agree. I think there will be time travel.
Well, it's interesting because I don't think it's just going to be one battle at the Battle of New York. A lot of people think they're going to go back to the Battle of New York. I think they're going back to each person's film. I think you're going to go back to Captain America's film. I think you can go back to Thor's.
I completely agree, and then I completely disagree with what you said. I think the Battle of New York is crucial. Mm-hmm. Crucial. Yeah. Here's why. I think the Battle of New York is where it all ends. I think the end game, the final battle with Thanos, it already took place in the first movie, in the first Avengers movie, and we never even knew it happened. It was already happening.
Yeah.
That's what the final battle is going to be. Not in New York, but in on the other side of the wormhole. It's already happening. I think that's where the final. So because remember, in Age of Ultron, Tony Stark goes. He tells all the Avengers, "Do you not remember New York? Do you not remember I went up into that wormhole with a nuclear bomb?" He said, "Up there, that's the end game." I think that's a huge hint. And then Doctor Strange, he says that to Iron Man. He says, "We're in the end game now." Yeah. So here's what I think. I think they will go back in time, and I think you're right. I think they're going to go back to each of their movies. Why? Because I think they're going to go back in time to get the Infinity Stones. They're going to make their own type of gauntlet type of thing to capture the energy of the stones to fight Thanos. So you're gonna see Captain America. He's gonna go back to his time period. He's probably gonna be in charge of getting the Tesseract, which is the what stone is that?
That's
Space Stone, right?
Space Stone. That's the Space Stone.
I think he's gonna be in charge of getting the Space Stone. Thor will be in charge of getting the Mind Stone, the Reality Stone, because isn't that what they were in charge of? Yeah. The Reality Stone, the Ether or whatever.
The Ether, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think you're right. They're gonna go into their own movies, back to their old scenes from their old movies, and recapture the Infinity Stones from the past, and then Tony Stark, he's going to go back and he's going to meet his father. Because remember, his father, he created the, what was it called? The arc reactor. He created the arc reactor and he discovered a new element, which Tony Stark fucking actually made. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I think this arc reactor, along with this new element that absorbs energy, I think it's going to absorb and store and project great energy, including the power of the Infinity Stones. And they're going to use that. They're going to create their own gauntlet and use it against Thanos. And they're going to fight Thanos before Thanos can even get a hold of the gauntlet. So they're going to go back to the Battle of New York. They're going to see their old selves, right? Their old selves fighting that scene in New York, right? Against his army. They're going to know now because Nebula is part of the team. Nebula is going to say, he was there. He was watching you guys on the other side of that wormhole. Because remember Tony Stark's vision went from Scarlet Witch? Remember, he saw, where Thanos was hanging out, right? Where, because he would sit on his little throne and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That Tony Stark was right there, and he saw all the Avengers dead, right? So... and he sees the wormhole, and he sees the army going through the wormhole to go to New York to fight the Avengers. I think he had a vision of the future, and they're going to change things up because now that Nebula is part of the team, she's going to tell them Thanos is there. He's on the other side of that wormhole during the Battle of New York. And the idea is we're going to get the Infinity Stones from the past, create our new gauntlet. We're going to go to the Battle of New York, and we're going to go through that wormhole together, and we're going to fight Thanos for the final battle, and we're going to destroy him before he can even get the gauntlet in the future, and that will reset the whole snap and everything like that happens in the future. So I think the end game is through that wormhole during the Battle of New York. That's where the final battle is going to happen, I think.
That's interesting. I think that's very, very interesting. But it could be possible. Yeah. And to back up what you were saying about his father, meeting him, you talked about that before. Like, if you remember Iron Man 2, and he's got to figure out this new element, and he's watching the video of his father preparing for that Stark expose thing, his father starts talking to him. He's like, Tony, this technology, I can't figure out my time, but you can. And Tony is a little kid at the time. So how did he know to give that to him, that information? He had to be his father.
Exactly.
And they've always made such a big deal about Tony and his father's relationship.
And remember,
you know what I mean?
And remember when Fury was talking with Tony Stark, and you sent me that video to remind me when he was talking about his father. He said, no, the arc reactor, which Tony thought was, it was done. He figured it out, all that stuff. He said, no. Your father had way bigger plans. He had huge plans, an energy race that would have dwarfed the arms race. Energy. This thing is going to absorb energy, and I think it's going to absorb the Infinity Stones once they get them for their own type of gauntlet, type of weapon.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I could see the arc playing a big factor. Because that's kind of where it all started. It all started with Iron Man, right? The whole Marvel universe. So something has to tie in originally to Iron Man. So that kind of makes sense in that aspect. I'm not sure about the whole going back and like literally going to New York though. I'm just not, because I feel like Marvel would have thrown little Easter eggs in the movies. Maybe you wouldn't have caught. When I'm talking about like little things that like you can't explain that have happened. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Because
someone saved someone or something changed, something happened.
Oh, okay. So you're saying like when they go back in time and do anything, Thanos is gonna know about it in the future. He's gonna get wind of it.
Well, no, I'm talking about in the movie, like in the scene. Like I'm scenes. Like,
okay.
Like,
I think that's battle number 2. I think there's 3.
You're right. I think we will see multiple Thanos.
I think Thanos is going to attack the Avengers building because he knows they're going to be planning something like that, and he's going to try to stop it.
That could be true too, and because he does he has the time stone himself, so he could go back.
Keep this in mind. If my theory is right, Nebula, who's now on the Avengers, right? She's part of the team, right? She cannot go through the wormhole to help fight Thanos.
Yeah.
They have to keep the Nebula, because Nebula is right there. She's with Thanos, watching the Battle of New York happen on the other side of the wormhole.
Yeah.
Nebula cannot continue into the future with the knowledge that she sees that the Avengers are going to attack and see what's going to happen with her, because that will tip off Thanos in the future. So Nebula cannot be part of the attack once they go through the wormhole, in my theory, to fight Thanos.
Yeah. Yeah, because he does actually break her down and like access her memories.
Exactly.
So
that will tip him off in the future.
Tip him off.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Now, I think that this device is going to play a part in Endgame. If you remember Civil War, at the beginning of Civil War, when Tony Stark is doing a conference and he's showing his past memories of him with his father and his mother, and it was all 3D dimensional. It was like to create new memories and create things a different way in your head. Is it possible that they can't defeat Thanos and that they have to use something like that and the reality stone to put Thanos in a false reality?
Yeah.
So he thinks or doesn't realize things have changed around him.
Right. That could be very possible. Yeah, because there was that. Are you talking about that with Tony Stark when he had that memory thing that he was playing? Is that what you're talking about?
And it was him when the last time he's going to see his father and say you love, because he wanted to change the memory. And he's like, we hijacked the hippocampus. Yeah. I think that thing is going to play a part in this.
Here's another question I have for you guys.
What?
Do you think we're going to get a new Captain America? Because in my theory, they're going to go back in time to get the Infinity Stones, right?
Yeah.
And now, to get the Soul Stone, remember, you have to sacrifice something. What if Captain America is in charge of the Soul Stone? Because he's going to have, like, the I don't know. What if Captain America sacrifices himself, right? And I think Bucky is going to become the new Captain America at some point. One way or another, I think Bucky will be the new Captain America by the time this movie's over.
But
Winter Soldier.
So. But you got to remember, the Soul Stone, you have to sacrifice someone you love.
Well, Captain America.
Who's going to throw him off? You know what I mean?
That's going to be a tough. If it goes that way, they have to get the Soul Stone, right? They have to get that. That could be a huge, like, really mournful scene where Bucky is going to have to throw over Captain America.
But how would that work? Nobody knows where the Soul Stone is that's alive.
Yeah, let's see.
Because remember, not her, Nebula. Sorry, Gamora was the only one that knew, and Thanos.
Nebula knows.
No, Nebula didn't know. She knew that her sister knew.
But
remember, she's like, he'll never find out because I know, and I burned the map.
So the only person that we know is Gamora. So they're gonna have to
go back to find her.
But you guys remember when Thanos was torturing Nebula and he was squeezing the thing and it was ripping her apart? Yeah. And then Gamora says, stop. And she names the planet right in front of her.
Does she?
Right in front of Nebula.
Oh, you're right. Right?
Did she? Is that?
Yeah.
She did. Okay.
Because she's like, she goes, I'll tell you if you spare her life.
But she didn't know before that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
she'll know now. Know now. Okay,
So they can get it from Nebula.
I totally forgot that she said it right in front of him.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Right.
Now, another thing I want to ask you guys. Do you think we'll see Ultron in this film?
Oh, Ultron?
Will Ultron come back? Because remember, it was the Battle of New York where Tony Stark got inspired, including from his vision from Scarlet Witch, to create Ultron.
Ultron, yeah.
And for the Endgame. Yeah. The Endgame, where the aliens come through the wormhole. What if he retools Ultron to bring him back, because that was his original intended purpose, to fight the alien Avenger, alien invasion. What if they did bring back Ultron?
I didn't even think about that. That's interesting.
I don't think Ultron's going to happen, because Vision came out of that revamped and redo your whatever you're going to do, right? Like that's how Vision came about. Right? Mm-hmm. He kind of redid everything for like he was going to do for Ultron. So I don't know if
people say, "Oh, well, Ultron's dead." Yeah, he's dead in this present time. Yeah. But remember, we're talking about time travel, going back in time. Remember that.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We did get $5 donation real quick. I want to bring up Hellord247. Thank you, buddy. Sorry for missing the last 2 streams. Work been killing me. I didn't wake up until 7, but finally off tonight. Shout out to you, buddy.
Hellord, thank you so much, man. We truly do appreciate that.
Shout out to you, buddy.
Hell yeah, man. Mm-hmm. Another theory. Well, not theory. This is gonna happen. What's going on with Hulk in Avengers Infinity War?
I'm a little bit torn on this, because I think I know where you're going with it. But obviously this is possibly heading to Professor Hulk. I assume
it will,
where they're gonna merge into one. And I like the Hulk when he's fighting with, where there's 2 of them. And I thought in Ragnarok, they finally got the perfect tempo for Hulk.
Yeah.
And I hate to see them ruin it so soon, going to Professor Hulk, but I think that's where it's going.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people thought that maybe Hulk was like embarrassed that he got beat up, because he's never been beat up before.
Yeah, I thought that at first too, but
the directors came out.
Yeah, that's not the case. He's just he's battling. Hulk and Bruce Banner are battling for who is more in control.
Yeah.
Hulk is actually feeling a little, kind of like
used.
Yeah, he's feeling a little like taken advantage of. Like, you only use me for when you need to beat up somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be it. Yeah. Clemson. Hulk was a baby back bitch. Yeah. That's a key. But I know that's what the director said, that, it's just because he's tired. He doesn't want to face the battles. Mm-hmm. But let's get real here. I'm not going to believe anything the director said, because they've said so much shit just to throw us off in the past. And it's hard to always take them for their word. So they do that shit all the time. So
one thing that looks cool though is those quantum outfits look awesome.
The what?
The all white, the quantum uniforms that they're wearing.
Yeah. That's how I think that they're definitely gonna do something with going back in time or something.
So how about Hawkeye?
He looks fucking ferocious.
Ronan. You think his daughter is going to be in this movie and she's going to be like the next Hawkeye? Because we saw her. Did y'all not notice that we saw his daughter as the next Hawkeye?
We saw who?
Did y'all miss that?
Who?
His daughter.
We saw it.
Okay, you saw Hawkeye's daughter.
Yeah. You guys seen in the trailer and stuff like that where he's training his daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and he's got. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say, did y'all remember that vision? Where Tony Stark, back to that vision, where he's in the future and he's on where Thanos' throne is at, where he's watching the Battle of New York through the wormhole, and he sees all the Avengers dead. You see Hawkeye, he's hunched over his daughter, who's dressed just like him with the arrows and all that stuff. Did y'all catch that? that?
No, I never caught that.
I never caught that. Yeah.
Go back and look at Tony's vision. Oh Hawkeye's daughter is dead. She's laying dead, and Hawkeye is slumped over her. He's like this, like over her.
It wasn't Black Widow.
Wow.
No, it was not Black Widow.
See, I thought it was Black. Wow, that's awesome. Okay, so then I guess there's possibility. In the trailer, we see him teaching her how to shoot.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's got the ankle bracelet on, and that's pre-snap, I think.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to watch him lose his whole family. I think they're going to show us that event when everybody disappears.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're definitely going to have to kind of show what happened on the other side of the world, pretty much, right? Mm-hmm. Kind of what happened to every single character.
So here's my question is, does the rest of the Earth, does the rest of the people in the universe, are they going to know what happened? Are they going to know that Thanos snapped? Or are they going to not know where all these people disappeared to?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
What is everybody else in the universe thinking? And what attention does that get? or goner for fucking Thanos. Okay, do you guys remember Iron Man 2? We got a donation.
Yeah, Hellord247. He says, I've seen Eagles have been ranked as one of the easiest schedules as Cowboys fan. Does this worry you, Sean? No, it doesn't worry me too much because the Eagles just stink.
The Eagles ghost.
He went ghost. What happened?
Am I back?
No.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Ooh, okay.
I don't know what happened. It just went like black.
No, thank you, Hellord247. Thank you, buddy.
Okay, what the fuck was I saying? I was about to go into a thing. Okay.
What were we saying?
All right, so
now
I was gonna bring up the final death blow to Thanos. Who was gonna deliver that? And I had this whole thing about why I know exactly who it's gonna be.
Before we get into that, you know who I think? Because I just started thinking about how you said the snap kind of cleared out the whole universe, whatever. Who I think might save Tony? What if it's those fucking people from Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
The golden people.
Oh, maybe.
What are they called? I forgot what they're called.
I forgot what they were too. Like, I don't know, the Golden Army.
I don't know.
The Golden Army. You know what I'm talking about?
But okay.
The perfect people.
Anyway, so back to what you were saying, the rest of the universe, right?
Yeah.
So what if that brings attention to other super beings, other like titans, or people that are like godlike creatures?
Yeah.
Like, what if it catches the attention of maybe a future villain, the next villain for Phase 4 after Thanos? Like the snap. Not only did Thanos, kill half the universe, but he gets the attention of maybe even a larger villain or just some other super villain that's making his way back, and maybe we see him towards the end or maybe in the post-credit scene. Like Galactus?
Galactus was a big one in
now,
comics.
Remember, guys, Disney bought off 21st Century Fox, so now they own the rights to Galactus, X-Men, they own fucking Fantastic Four and all that shit.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yes, go Skittle, the Eternals. There you go, the Eternals.
There we go.
I think that's definitely possible. I think that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's a donation from Psychedelic Mike. Thank you, Psychedelic. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and that could cause people to... Because I know there's theories that what if the Avengers team up with Thanos to help defeat a bigger threat, right? That was something that happened in the comics, right? One of the versions of the comic books, right? And the reason I brought up those golden people, or are they called the Eternals? Is that what they're called?
No.
Or
the Eternals are like these super powerful beings.
Oh yeah, like Galactus. Yeah. Okay, that's what I was thinking.
But you're talking about the key people who created Havoc.
Havoc?
In the comics, Havoc is a crucial part of taking down Thanos.
Oh, I thought Adam Warlock was.
Not Havoc. Yeah, Adam Warlock. There you go.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That maybe that he plays a factor to come help and save, help the Avengers.
Yeah, he's very powerful. He's supposed to be like one of the most powerful beings in the universe. Adam Warlock. Mm-hmm. Another nice donation from Psychedelic Mike. Appreciate that. But Philly, who delivers the death blow to Thanos, or will he even die?
I'm not sure he's gonna die. There's a part of me that think they're going to put him in a false reality, and he's not going to know what's going on. The other part is, I think if I had to guess, this may be out there. I think Nebula's going to kill him.
Why?
I think because there's been such a buildup of her trying to kill her father for so long, and she has passed with him. I can just see them having maybe Thor weakens him or something like that, but she ends it. As long as Captain Marvel doesn't do it, that will ruin the movie for me.
I think she's gonna help soften him up, but honestly, who I think is gonna give the death blow? Tony Stark.
That's exactly right. I don't think anyone else is going to deliver that defeat other than Tony. It just doesn't make any sense for anyone else to do it.
It all started with him.
But Tony.
I think he's going to sacrifice himself when he does it, though.
Because remember, all this stuff, all these movies, it's centered around science, and that science can match magic. It can match the powers of the gods. Even his father kind of alludes that too. Yeah. And then the fact that he can absolutely like absorb. I think, like I said, he's gonna be able to absorb the energy of the Infinity Stones and use it.
He's gonna create. I think he's gonna create his own suit that can do that.
Yeah, and remember, Tony Stark in all these movies, what does he do, guys? What does Tony Stark do? He constantly adapts. Constantly adapts. Hulk, when he was thinking about like, okay, what if I gotta take down this guy? He comes up with the Hulk Buster, or he'll add speed to his rocket suit. Remember that time he got into that freezer, like he was freezing with what's her name, or whatever, and he added a heater to his suit so that to prevent that. He's always adapting his suit, right? So and then Tony Stark, what did he do in Infinity War when he was fighting Thanos? He made him bleed. Yeah. Do you guys not realize that that's a callback to Iron Man 2? That's a callback to Iron Man 2, making Thanos bleed. Remember remember when he captured Whiplash? And he was in an interrogation room with Whiplash. And Whiplash looked at him and he said, if you can make God bleed, people will cease to believe in him.
Yeah, it's true.
There will be blood in the water and the sharks will come.
Yeah.
Tony is going to remember that. Yeah. I made him bleed. Yeah. He can bleed. He can die.
Yeah. So I think Tony Stark.
I hope if Tony Stark kills Thanos at the end, the movie's a hit, dude. It'll be a hit. With time travel, like that would be awesome. I would love to see it be Tony or Thor or one of the original Avengers.
I think Captain Marvel and Thor are going to probably soften him up and weaken him, to get probably the gauntlet or the stones from him, possibly, because Captain Marvel, her powers, spoiler alert, it comes from an Infinity Stone. Her energy, her power comes from an Infinity Stone. I know y'all haven't watched it, but that's how she gets her power. Yep. She gets it from the Tesseract.
Right? It comes from the Tesseract.
So she's got a power of one of those stones in her, infused into her body. So just from that alone, that should be able to hurt Thanos, right? Mm-hmm. So, and then obviously the new axe or whatever from Thor. So I think they're going to weaken him up, and Tony's got to be able to get those the stones from him, probably adapt it to a suit or something. I don't know. Yeah. Because this guy, it all started with him. It's his vision that he wanted to save the world and put it into this kind of thing, right? So why not end it with him sacrificing himself somehow? Because I think that's probably what would happen. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. I like it. I think it's very possible.
So how is I'm curious. How is the Ancient One gonna figure in all this? Because I don't know if you guys noticed this, but she's in the cast of Endgame. She's gonna be in this movie. The Ancient One, the one who trained Doctor Strange. She's in the cast.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Is she really? Yep.
I did hear about that. I totally forgot.
So she's going to be in this film. I was looking at the cast, and she's in it.
It's got to be from a flashback.
Well, it could be a flashback.
Maybe for a flashback.
It could be a flashback.
You could be right about that. Or maybe she offers some sort of wisdom about the Time Stone because Doctor Strange is gone.
Yeah.
Because they're going to need to know how to,
use it.
They're going to do time traveling.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, they can meet up with her at some point in the past.
Maybe when they go back in time, she searches out for them to help them because maybe she knows.
Ghost Kiddo, the Ancient One did die, so that's why we're bringing it up. It's very curious because she's part of the cast.
Yeah.
Well,
she's part of the cast for Endgame, so what role does she play
going back
here?
in time. Yeah, exactly, Philly. When they go back in time, maybe she searches out for them and helps them when they're back in time. Well, because Ancient One sees everything.
They go back
and here's another person who's part of the... Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say when they go back in time, they know to look for Doctor Strange. Yeah, but he ain't around there. They run into her.
Yeah, there you go.
Because remember, they're in charge of Earth, right? All the sorcerers and whatever, and she sees everything that's going on planet Earth, right? They have ways to track all that stuff. So why does she not know when they go back in time? Someone messed with the time. Here's
another person that's in the cast list for this movie that we did not see in Infinity War, and we were kind of wondering where the hell she was. The Valkyrie, the chick from Thor Ragnarok.
Right.
Yeah.
She's in the cast list.
What if she says Tony?
Maybe you're right.
Well,
I'm just trying to think of one.
She died at the beginning, right? She was dead at the beginning.
Well, we assume that because everybody else was dead, but but she's too big of a character to not see her die on screen, or at least a mention of her passing.
Yeah, because what if she wasn't? Remember, she went to help. But it doesn't mean she stayed without Asgardians, right? She could have left.
No, but the last we see her is on Ragnarok on the ship, the same ship.
Yeah, she's on the same ship.
Remember,
so maybe she escaped or something. But we never know exactly. It was never said, right?
Yeah.
What exactly happened to her?
Right. Yeah.
Now, question, and because this is a theory also, do y'all think Loki somehow comes back? Or do you think he's officially dead this time?
He's got to come back, man.
No, he's coming back.
He's coming back because, first off, Marvel's making their own show about him. So let's get real here. Yeah. He's got his own show, and it's going to be that actor. So he has to be coming back. So he had a fool somehow. So that's a lot of people think, I don't know.
We got a final donation from Hellord247. Says Iron Man will snap his fingers, summon DC, and they shall destroy Thanos.
Thank you.
A DC crossover with Marvel, that would be awesome.
We got $1.99 from Dominic also says ESPN thinks Zion and LeBron will kill Thanos. Oh god,
they're probably right.
Probably. I think Loki does come back somehow, some way to help with the Avengers.
Yeah, no one dies in the MCU, says Rogues. You're right. Death is a revolving door in these movies, pretty much.
And let's get real here. Remember, Death is a character in the Marvel universe. That's up in the comics that supposedly Thor is in love. Thanos is in love with.
That was the original motivation.
Yeah.
For him to do.
Yeah. All this. Well, I mean, we're gonna see Loki just when they go back in time in the Battle of New York and stuff like that. We'll see him.
That's true.
Yeah.
So we will see him. Whether he's alive currently, I don't know, but I know that we're gonna run into him in the past.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
So does Captain America? Does he die or does he just go back to his own time and stay there? Does he get that final dance?
Back to his old time. I think he goes back to his old time. He has that last dance that he always talked about, and he stays there. That's what I think.
All right. So
I can see that happening. I could see that.
Sean,
who becomes the new Captain America?
It's Bucky.
It's gotta be Bucky, right?
Bucky.
It's gotta be
Bucky.
He already spoiled it years ago.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he was on stage and he was talking about how it was pitched to him on this role of Winter Soldier. It's on like, hey, you're gonna come in. You know, he's Captain America's buddy. He's gonna eventually be the Winter Soldier, and then eventually he's gonna be Captain America. That was a while back.
So he spoiled it. What an asshole. Yeah. He probably got in trouble for that.
I'll tell you what.
I was just trying to really swerve us.
Civil War.
Well, they could.
The last Captain America was awesome. Civil War.
Yeah.
Was one of the best MCU.
Yes,
it
was.
There was.
And Rogues in our chat said Tony and Cap dies. Yeah, I do think Tony and Captain America both.
I don't think Tony's dying.
You don't?
Because he had the vision of him with the kid and the wife.
Yes.
And he kept dreaming
We
about
need Tony Stark to have a happy ending because killing him in the MCU would be like Star Wars killing off Luke Skywalker. Can't fucking do it. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. Don't
think
even
so?
do it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even the Luke thing. Wasn't even that they killed him. It was that he was such an asshole.
Yeah.
The whole movie. You know, I just can't get
stand
that.
that shit.
Pisses me off to this day.
You
know,
but
I'll tell you what, Infinity War reminds me of Empire Strikes Back.
Infinity War?
The way, the way the bad guy wins at the end. It just has that feel to it. So if they get Endgame right, this is going to be one of the classics.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So again, I think there will be an early fight, just like what you said, Philly.500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think eventually they will go back in time to recapture the Infinity Stones. They will create their own gauntlet type of thing to absorb the Infinity Stones power,
a suit
with the arc reactor and the new element that he created using that. And then they will go to the Battle of New York. The end game is the final battle in through the wormhole. They're going to meet Thanos right there and then, and that's where the final battle is going to happen. I think Captain America or Thor are probably maybe one of those two guys dies. I would hate for Iron Man to die. Hulk's definitely not going to die.
No. Can't die.
Right. And then going into Phase 4, I think we will see by the end of the movie, if not the post-credit scene, a hint for a new villain. Maybe Galactus. Maybe Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom is also one of the great all-time comic villains.
I love Doctor Doom.
And now that Disney owns 21st Century Fox's characters and all that stuff, that could something that could be possibly done. So to set up for Phase 4. This is the wrap of Phase 3.
Yeah.
Endgame.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right. I like the theory about the whole and the other side. I never thought of that. I want to go back and watch the original Avengers now and watch those scenes because I think there's something to that. I think you can hit it right on the head. But I do have one question: how much time do you think is going to elapse? Because in the trailer, it's like people are having like counseling sessions where Captain America's sitting on, and it's like missing. I don't think people know Thanos snapped his finger.
I think it's minimum of months to maybe a year later after the events of the snap.
Plus, Tony's got to get the Ant-Man's machine and learn how to use it and make and create it.
Yeah, it's gonna take some time for that. So.
Yeah.
So
and I'm curious to see how he gets out of the quantum realm because he's stuck.
Yeah, that's true. How's he? He can't get out. They got to pull him out. Supposed to be.
Yeah, they all disappear.
Yeah. So who pulls? That's going to be a key thing. That's why I think that might not happen until about halfway because who's going to get him out of there?
The Ancient One.
But no, that's at this time. Remember, she doesn't. She's going to be more in the past. That's right now.
She can't. I mean, she comes from the past to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think I didn't even think about it.
When you're messing with time,
who gets
who knows?
Ant-Man.
Yeah, I want to know how he gets the hell out of there. That's what's going to be interesting because it looks like from the preview, it looks like he gets out and he's walking around looking like, where is everybody? Why are all these missing posters here? And he doesn't really know what's going on.
No name Lloyd Dickinson says no. The Russo brothers confirmed it's 22 days exactly after the snap. 22 days.
No. But I mean,
you're talking about the progression within the film.
Within the film, where they start 20 days later. But you see Black Widow's hair grow long and red.
We're like it might start off where the movie starts. It could be 22 days later, right? But it might end like a year later. 3 hours.
Josh, what about Captain Marvel? Does she die? Victor, I don't think she'll die. No. If anything, she'll probably sacrifice her power. They might need more energy, more power, and maybe she might sacrifice the power within her, which she got from the Tesseract, which is the Power Stone, right? Mm-hmm. And she gives them that extra oomph, that boost. I don't know. She won't die, but maybe she becomes mortal again, like a normal person, sacrificing her power.
What's interesting is she's in the first battle, I think, with Thanos, and they're going to lose. So she's not going to be strong enough to kill him or to hurt him.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that the new Spider-Man, Far From Home, is the first movie of Phase 4. So that's, I guess, I'm not sure if it's been confirmed or not, but which will make sense, Start off with Spider-Man. And Nick Fury comes into that. I can't
wait for that movie.
So. We got a final dollar donation from EJ.
He says, Disney and Fox came to an agreement. Disney cannot use any Fox characters for at least 2 years.
For at least 2 years.
Yeah, and they can't even mention them. It will be a while.
They can't even mention them.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why 2 years? I'm curious as to if they purchased the rights to the characters for $66 billion, why would there be a 2-year thing? If that's
because they still have pending movies coming out, right? They have a new X-Men movie coming out. They have don't they have another
If I say,
movie?
Sean, I want to buy your Coca-Cola Classic right now for $2, and you said, sure, I'll sell it to you for $2, but you can't drink it for 2 hours. What? I'm like, you know what? I just gave you $66 billion. Not only am I going to use your characters for the Avengers movie, I'm also going to make a new Die Hard movie because they own the rights to Die Hard now, Disney. Avatar.
Oh, God.
They own Avatar. They own Alien, Predator, The Simpsons, Family Guy. Disney owns all that shit now.
Yeah.
They're going to ruin everything.
They're going to run the world.
They're
Thanos.
Taking over.
They're
Thanos. Literally taking over. We got another $5 from JM. Says Captain Marvel will most likely be neutralized at the start. We'll see Professor Hulk, and it won't surprise me if Thor dies. I don't know if Thor's gonna die. I don't see Thor dying.
I could see Thor giving himself for the Soul Stone.
Who, Thor?
Yeah.
But who? But who would sacrifice? Because it's someone has to sacrifice someone else. So who would be the one sacrificing Thor? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you gotta look at it. You gotta look at it as who's going to sacrifice someone. Could it even be like maybe Captain America or Hulk sacrificing Black Widow because they both love her, right? So that I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, T.Y. says Disney also owns the SJW ESPN. They do own ESPN.
Disney owns shit. They fucking own everything. It's pissing me off.
Yo, you know one thing I'm excited for that Disney's doing?
What?
I saw that they're coming out with that show Mandalorians, and I heard it looks amazing.
Mandalorians.
It looks amazing.
What's that from?
I don't even know what it is.
Mandalorians.
You remember Boba Fett from the original trilogy?
Oh yeah.
The bounty hunter?
Oh yeah.
He's a Mandalorian. Mandalorians are badass bounty hunters, kick-ass assassons, and shit like that.
Are they all clones from the? Aren't they all cloned in the Clone Wars?
No. Jango Fett was. Boba Fett's father.
Yeah,
right.
So a lot of people are T-Web is saying it's in the contract like a do not compete clause, so they don't want them to compete with their movies. So that they already have in production or being put out. And Savage Lord says Marvel needs more hidden secrets. Honestly, Marvel's one of the best at hidden secrets because they'll actually say they accidentally leaked something when it's not even actually real. We've seen what's that actor Mark Ruffalo do that all the fucking time. He'll act like he leaked something on accident.
Remember last year's trailer? Remember not last year, but the Infinity Wars trailer. Yeah, they had Hulk charging. In Wakanda.
Charging, right?
And he wasn't even in it.
Marvel trolls us all the time, guys. Yeah. So no matter what they say, I don't believe half the shit they say.
Dominique with a 199 donations. Thor will survive. He has to rule Asgard his arc. Dominic, thanks so much for the donation. But Asgard's gone. But if they can, fight Thanos at the Battle of New York and keep the future from happening and the snap happening going into the future, then well that wouldn't make a difference, right? Because it wasn't Thanos that destroyed Asgard. Yeah, it was Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
but now, do you think that like going forward, do you think they'll bring guys like Tony Stark back for like small things, like Robert Downey Jr., like
Oh yeah, they got to.
Spider-Man show, stuff like that.
They got to.
They
got to,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Especially if they're gonna do TV shows and stuff like that, they might make a cameos there and shit. Nick Fury, you think we're gonna see him?
Not in this one because he's gone. Right?
At the very end, I think we will.
Yeah,
once everybody's back from the snap not happening
from the Soul Stone or whatever. Because that's where I think everybody's at. Everybody's in the Soul Stone.
We got a $5 donation from JM says it's Cap, Tony, and Thor versus Thanos at some point in this movie, and that's where I think one of the three will die, maybe two, but definitely not Tony.
I think
you're right. I think you might be. You could be right about that, man.
I really have a strong feeling it's gonna be Cap and Tony that die.
Thank you so much for the donation. Jake the Badass wants to know what happened to Fury. He got dusted. In the snap.
Yeah, he got dusted.
He got dusted right when he was calling Captain Marvel.
Dude, I fucking heard about how he lost his eye. That was so stupid.
I like
that. You don't know how?
Oh, I do.
No, he does.
I watched the movie. I watched Captain
I haven't seen it. I just read about it.
You want me to tell you? You already know?
Yeah, the cat scratched his eye.
Stupid.
I thought so too, man.
Stupid.
I liked it because it was just so stupid, and it was just. I liked it because I thought it was funny. It was like troll twist.
You expect something good, man.
Yeah, he's Nick Fury. He's a badass.
The eye with his toe or something. Not a cat scratch.
He got scratched by Bad Dog's toes.
Oh God. Yeah, guys, I think we're about to wrap up the stream here shortly because we got to stream in about 20 minutes.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts, Philly.500, because a movie comes out next Thursday. Or no, it comes out next Friday. This Thursday.
Thursday night, midnight.
I can't believe we're about a week away.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
Yeah. But, dude, I've not been this excited to see a movie for so long.
Yeah.
I just want it to go perfect. If it's as good as Infinity War, this will be the modern day Empire Strikes Back, Return of Jedi in my mind. It could be that much of a classic. I'm excited, dude. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's a 3-hour movie, and I can't wait for every single minute of it.
Oh my God!
Everybody who tuned in for the stream, thank you guys so much. Once again,
guys.
we want to thank Philly.500. You guys show them some love. I'm pretty sure everyone in this chat has subscribed to Philly, but if you're not, go do so.
I don't know what y'all are doing with those
lives. Link
lives.
is in the description. And
thank you for having me.
Yeah, man.
Oh, of course, buddy.
It's always fun, man. Getting together with you.
And we definitely want to do this after the movie, so we can kind of talk about how horribly wrong we all were.
I know, right?
Let us know in the chat right now, or if you're watching this on the replay, let us know in the comment section what you think about our predictions.
Yes.
And we want to know yours as well. And make sure you smash that like. Yeah. And we'll see you in the end game.